You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tap In. We are OneOOne. I'm your host, Andy Danchuk, and I'm here with my co-hosts and my business partners, Sean Fry and James Black.
Yo.
Jack Blames.
What's going on?
I don't know why I always say James Black, bro. It just
because it just flows.
It just works. I know.
And you know what else
Jack...
is funny? It's even on the Spotify like that. It's like
I did it.
It says, "Is Andy Golden Boy Frey?" or something, and it says James Black.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Mad funny.
In what? This.
I love how he hasn't even told you to correct it. He's just like, whatever. What is it? Like your handle for Instagram?
No, I don't know. It's just like the labeling.
His handle's
it's like
James Jack Blames.
It's just, I don't know what it is. It just says, like, you know, the people involved.
I think it says James Black.
James Black. It does on Spotify.
It says James Black. I don't know why I wrote that. It's fucking, I've always said fucking James Black. I just fucking flows. And I've always called this kid Frey. Or Fry.
Everyone, no, Fry's correct. Frey, everyone
dude,
says
it's
Frey.
it's spelled Frey.
It's F-R-E-Y, baby.
This motherfucker's a fake Fry.
Fake Fry.
He's a fucking
I'm
fake
Fry
Fry
with an extra E, homie.
Yeah.
It is your responsibility to tap into information that is going to benefit you and your life. This podcast will hopefully expand your thinking so that you can finally take control. All right, guys, what's going on? We got a nice little podcast for you today. We're going to talk to you. We're going to make your ears fucking happy.
How we fucking doing?
How we doing?
The energy today is real. I love it.
We've been having some good days. We've been living life.
And we haven't even been together, really, for the past, 2 weeks.
No, we've really been doing our own things, but we've all been living limitless.
Yeah. We've literally just been going after what we're passionate about right now.
And right now, we just know the boys are doing what they need to do for themselves and fucking...
Boys back down!
But today we're going to talk about inspiring others by being yourself. And that may sound a little odd for a lot of people. How can I possibly inspire others by being myself? Well, truly inspiring can only come from within, and can only come from within you when you are truly happy about what you're doing. So if you are truly passionate and truly happy at the things you are doing, you are going to be able to inspire people so deeply because of the amount of energy that you have for what you are doing. So it doesn't even matter if what you are doing is something they like or don't like. Just by you being you and staying true to yourself and feeling that good for yourself, that energy will overflow into everybody else around you, and you'll see it in every aspect of your life. I was just in Jersey City the other day riding bikes, and it was the first time I was out in Jersey City, and it was the first time I was ever doing wheelie boy, bike boy shit in some real city streets. A lot of people, real busy. I'm used to empty parking lots, empty streets, and no people, nobody watching, all this shit. I just do it because I love doing it, but I like the energy of the city. I like the feeling of people. I like the feeling of just everybody's outside, everybody's walking, everybody's happy. There's other people on bikes. There was an art show going on where there were legal walls for graffiti artists to come and pop off. So we were cruising. Real. Dude, it was sick. That's dude. Cool as fuck. It was fucking awesome. So when I first got there, dude, I was fucking nervous. I don't ever fucking wheelie or do that shit like with hella people watching me. I don't do this for other people. I do this shit for me. I really don't give a fuck about anybody else but me. And that's not selfish, first of all. Second of all, it's just fun for me. So I was out there and I'm getting a little nervous and I was like overthinking. I'm like, dude, if you wheelie right now, you're just a scumbag who's showing off. And like, I'm in my head thinking these fucked up thoughts for a little bit just because like it was a new experience. I was uncomfortable. And like when you're put in uncomfortable situations, your mind runs a little bit wild. Yeah. You start thinking a bunch of different ways. So I started like, I was having some conversation with myself, cruising. Just, I was having trouble just even getting up and wheeling. And I'm like, dude, who the fuck are you? I'm like, you know how to wheelie, bro? Like you do this shit all the fucking time. Like you fucking shred. You rip, but like what are you doing? And then I was like, you're fucking scared because there's people around. And then I was like, dude, but wait, you're not doing this for them. You're here on Earth enjoying what you want to enjoy. It's your choice. So who cares if there's one person around, 0 people around, or hundreds of people around? It doesn't fucking matter. When you stay true to yourself and you do the shit that makes you happy and you think about the shit you want to think about when it's making you happy, that's when you inspire people. Once I finally made that conscious choice to, bro, you're not doing this to show off. Even though some people may think that, that's for them to think. That doesn't affect you. That doesn't hurt you. It doesn't benefit you. It doesn't fucking matter what they think. But when I'm on my bike and I'm doing wheelies, regardless if I'm going through a crowd, regardless if I'm passing cars, regardless if there's no one around, do you know how happy that makes me? So then that energy that I feel, that happiness that I have inside by doing what I love most started to overflow and people started to see it. And then I was able to get people's energy up. I started ripping wheelies and shit. And then all of a sudden it went from nobody even noticing me, nobody talking to me, nobody doing anything, to people, yo, that fucking bike's sick. Yo, wheelies blocks, boy. Like, hit it, bro. Like, good energy. And all of a sudden, like, I started feeling good about myself. I started attracting good from all these other people. There were hundreds of people that didn't say a word. There were hundreds of people that probably gave me dirty looks. There were hundreds of people that probably mouthed some bullshit under their breath about me wheeling through crowds of people and all this shit. None of that shit affected me. None of that shit fucking mattered. I started doing me, and the people that I needed around me to keep making me do better and spreading good, positive, good energy kept coming. I would pass some people that compliment the bike, like I was saying. Pass some people compliment the tattoos. I'd pass a group of fucking hot girls that said some really funny shit that fucking hyped me the fuck up, you know? Like, good shit just started happening by me being me. And then you saw the course of third day get better, because after they cheered me on, I was like, thank you so much, you guys are fucking awesome, have a great fucking day. And I'm mid-wheelie fucking doing shit, like, and they were loving it. Their kids were happier, the kids are jumping around, like, yo, look at this guy, like, everybody, like, it brought out smiles. So by me just being me and doing what I want to do that makes me happy, it shows other people that are in a good state of mind that if they do what they want to do that makes them happy and they don't give a fuck, they see me going through crowds and they're like, how does he do that? He's not scared of being judged. He's not scared of being comments being made for him doing that. Once they saw me doing me, and regardless, they probably saw the people that were giving me dirty looks and saw that. And then they saw that it didn't affect me because I kept going. I kept wheeling. The smile never left my face, regardless what the person said after I passed them. And then they were like, wait, so this kid can literally just do whatever the fuck he wants that makes him happy. And regardless what anybody thinks or says, it doesn't affect him. And then they were like, why don't I do that? And dude, you could see that change in people. So by you just going out and doing you, being the best you inspire others to do the same. And when you do that, that's how the course of life and society gets better. By people doing better, being better. Why are we attracted to such successful celebrities? Why are we attracted to such successful people? Because those people inspire us to just do what the fuck we want to do for us. And that makes us better. And that's why we're attracted to them. That's why they have such a following. That's the whole point of it. They are truly staying true to themselves. They are not changing for anyone or anything. This is them. If you don't like them, you don't have to follow them. The Rock doesn't give a fuck if you follow him or don't follow him. The Rock is The Rock, and that's why he is as successful as he is. But the second you start to question you based on other people's opinion is when things get hairy. That's when things get tough. That's when you start thinking about shit that doesn't serve you, doesn't benefit you, and slows you. Because you know what you want, and you know what you are gonna do when you want something, but then all of a sudden one person says that you somewhat care. Say it's your fucking girlfriend, bro. Your girlfriend says, babe, I really don't think you should be doing that because this and that. And you believe her, or you trust her opinion and what she's saying about it, and then you start to question your motives, but you are the only one that knows what your true motives are and why they are your motives. So don't allow somebody even close to you. That's what I'm saying. Like, family, people that are closest to you are your biggest inhibitors. are the ones that hold you back the most because they say they truly fucking care about you. They say that they truly want to help you. They say that they want to be there for you, but they are questioning every little fucking thing that you do because they say they care about you. And that's how they get you. Sean, the only reason I'm telling you, hey, consider this, maybe you shouldn't do it this way. I know you feel really good about this and you're coming at me with a lot of energy and you're really hyped, but hey man, slow your fucking road because this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. And the only reason I'm telling you this is because I fucking care about that. Because I care about you. No, motherfucker, fuck you. The only reason you're telling me that is because you're not willing to go out there and put yourself out there and be you. And take it however it fucking comes and know that it doesn't matter how the fuck it comes because at the end of the day, I'm being me, motherfucker. Nobody can stop me because I'm me, motherfucker. It's that simple. So don't allow that bullshit negativity. Like, that's like the most positive / negative talk you could ever heard because they're trying to stay positive saying that they care about you, but they're really not because they're filling your mind with a bunch of bullshit that you don't fucking need.
They care because, like, they do care because most...
Exactly, they do care, but...
It's your family. They're trying to do what is best for you, but they don't realize that is so counterproductive because they're making you overthink. They're making you question what truly makes you happy. So then, because it is someone that you fucking love and someone that you've known your whole life, you take their words and they actually have meaning. They hold weight to you. So you're like, fuck, like, maybe they're right. Am I not doing the right thing? Like, bro, I've had it so many times when it comes to people close to me where they might say something. Like, for instance, when I first got into bodybuilding, bro, I was fucking psychopath with just consistency, being the absolute best. And I was like 19. And at the time, the girl I was with, she kept putting in my head, like, yo, you gotta take a... And she did it out of love. Like, I won't say that she didn't. She did it out of love. She's like, you gotta take a step back. You put so much weight on yourself. You're just getting started. Like, you make this so hard on yourself. And that's how she viewed it because I was so hard on myself. But she's like, you're doing it overboard. You gotta have more balance. And that affected me very negatively because I allowed someone that I love words to weigh on me. Like, yo, maybe they're right. Maybe I need to start putting more balance on this type of stuff. Maybe I should start doing this. But I knew deep down that didn't work for me, but I was forcing myself over and over and over to take steps back, like, dude, chill out, this isn't your life. But at that time it was my life, and allowing that to get to me kind of diminished me as a bodybuilder because that was constantly something I was always fighting. It was always on my head, and then it made me hate the sport because I was always battling these thoughts.
Your mind shouldn't have been there. No. Your mind should have been on that savage mode that it was when you were wrecking shit. And
that's, dude, it's been so hard to fucking... It was, I don't know, 4 years ago when that type of shit happened to me, and I'm still battling it, and I'm still getting to, like, I'm finally getting to a place where it's just like, fuck that, dude. No matter what anyone says, I'm starting to learn what makes me happy again, and I'm gonna keep fucking doing it because I'm starting to feel like myself finally again. My mind's starting to fucking be creative again. It's taken a long time to get that back, and it's been a long time since I lost that.
Yeah.
So it's fucking...
And let me ask you something. When you're around people that care about you and give you advice and criticism the way we just spoke about, versus when you're around me and James where no matter what you say, no matter how you say it, we're like, all right, motherfucker, then go do it.
Yeah.
Go, that's Dude. What you want. That's what you're saying. Go prove it. Go do it. And then what usually happens? Where do you make the most progress? Do you make the most progress when you second guess everything you're doing and worry about these people who, air quotes, care about you? Or do you make the most progress when you're around people that are like, all right, motherfucker, if that's what you say you want, that's in your mind, that's in your head. Me and James know that's on you. That's your space. You can think whatever the fuck you want to think, but go do it.
Oh,
go be about
100%
it. Every time. Things that you think you can't do, you end up doing.
Bro, it is so real that anytime you question yourself, you're losing potential progress.
Yeah.
Every time you question yourself, you let those thoughts that come to you, you're losing progress that you could have been fucking, that could have you skyrocketing
Just
right
be
now.
you.
So when you have people like you two, that it doesn't matter what the fuck I'm doing. Like right now, just as we started this podcast, we all said that we've been doing our own shit. You guys been big in the bikes. You're wheeling. James is fucking BMXing. Like I see you guys, like that shit hypes me up to focus on my passion right now, which is getting my car on the road. So now every time, like, instead of worrying about like, dude, should I be spending this much money on my car? Should I be doing this? Should I be fucking not hanging out with my boys because I need to work on my car? Like, no,
none
fuck
of it
that.
serves you. Do what you want to do.
I see you guys doing what you want to do. I see fucking like we were gymming hard for a while. And now you got a bike and you fucking start riding. I'm like, yeah, dude, this dude's loving it. So this is what he's passionate about. I can see it in you because
it just
you
makes
fucking
me happy,
yeah, your self change from what we were doing before, which you love the gym and shit like that, but this makes you this makes you much more happy. You would rather, instead of worrying about, okay, I gotta fucking get to the gym today and train, like I have to do it. That was stretching you out more than like, all right, when I want to lift, because I do love lifting, I'll go fucking lift.
I've been lifting 3 days a week.
Yeah, but
and just easy. Yeah.
If I want to fucking ride my bike, I'm gonna fucking ride my bike because that's what truly makes me happy. So instead of like forcing yourself to do these things, you're doing it at your own free will, and you're living your best life, and you probably look the best you've looked in fucking a long ass time because you're still out there.
That's the crazy thing. People are like, yo, how the fuck do you still look like that, bro? You really aren't in the gym anymore? I'm like, no, not really. They're like, what the fuck? But then not only that, it's the same aspect of like, I have people in my ear like, bro, you've been going to the gym for so long. How are you just going to stop now and just ride bikes like that and barely go to the gym? I'm like, bro, what the fuck does it matter? Bro, I take my shirt off, look at me, and they're like, holy shit, bro, like, you look fucking great still. I'm like, exactly, motherfucker, don't worry about me. The way I live my life doesn't fucking matter to you. You may need to be in the gym fucking 7 days a week for the next 3 years. If you think you do,
you fucking do.
That's what I did for 3 fucking years. I was in the gym 7 days a fucking week.
And what's funny, bro, is like, because we gym together for, I don't know, fucking the past 6 months. Every time I go to the gym and like new people are seeing me, like, Andy, even like people ask me all the time, they're like, where are the boys at? Where's Andy?
They're so worried about everybody
and
else.
I'm just like, I literally all the time, because it's funny.
Boy.
All the time it's hilarious. So I'm like, dude, they're just riding their bikes. They're like, what do you mean they're riding their bikes? I'm like, bicycles. They're like, bicycles. I'm like, yeah, dude, bicycles. And like, so what are they doing? Losing all the games? I'm like, honestly, not really. Yeah, I was like, I probably lost more games than they did just because like they're enjoying it more than I am. And I'm here fucking like, fuck, I gotta lift.
They be asking me the same thing, like, where is everyone? Like, oh, you've been going over to Rockaway. Why are you coming here now? I'm like, because, well, one, we're not all lifting 3 hours. We're wasting time in the gym if we're in there for
like
3 hours.
Thing for me.
And like, and two, because we all are doing different shit. And they're like, what do you mean different shit? I'm like, well, Andy's riding his bike. Sean's got shit to do. I got shit to do. And they're like, oh, Andy's riding his bike. They're like, oh, so you guys aren't like going to the gym anymore? I'm like, well, no, I'm here. I'm sure Sean's going. You just see us all at different times and shit. I'm like, what? I'm like, and that brings me to a point of us talking about you being yourself is a reminder for you to stop worrying about everyone else as well.
Don't worry about it.
Because those are the situations, like, we're telling you all the time, people are asking us about shit we're doing because we love doing it, and like when there's a stipulation or a wave or like a wave in the energy changes it, they're like, oh, like they're interested in what's going on, and I understand that, and it's okay to be interested but not question it down to the point where like you think it's right or wrong. Like, all right, they're doing something different.
No
like,
such thing as right or wrong.
There's no point to even
exist.
think and get to that. Like, so just don't worry about what everyone else is doing like everyone else does. Yeah. Just worry about what you're doing, and then you'll have people asking you the same shit. Like, oh, what's going on? Where you been? What have you been doing? You're like, I just been doing what I love. Like, what do you mean? Like, well, you haven't been in the gym. Like, well, I don't love the gym as much as I did. Like,
I still love the gym. I just don't, right now, I don't want to prioritize it the way I was.
Yeah, but you're just changing as a person where, like, right now that priority is not top priority for you. Like, and you're allowed to change as people, but people think like you need to stay the same to be solid or something. I never understood that. Change. But also coming down to being yourself is having that faith, like, with the stipulation or the change. Like, you think this is what I'm doing, you believe this is what I'm doing, and then someone you love, because they have an emotional attachment when they say stuff to you, it affects you more than someone who you don't know or is just a friend. So then it makes you actually question
what you're doing.
But what you're doing. And when I say that, it makes you question your faith. And when I say it makes you question your faith, it makes you question what you see in your head at the end goal of where you want to be. And then you're like, wait, I might not ever get there. And it fucks you up mentally in the position on getting to the next step of where you believe. Like, because you start to lose faith. You're like, oh, like, maybe that was too high of a goal, or maybe that was too much to look forward to, but it's really not. Like, that's where you have to be and continue to have that faith, and not, like, because no one else fucking matters. No one else's opinion matters. If you want to learn a little bit, you want to read a little bit, you want to intake that information and apply it, that's one thing. But someone just giving their opinion to you and allowing that opinion to change your direction of where you're trying to go and change your final vision of that great, amazing thing that you saw, it's gonna, really fuck you up mentally, and you can't let them do that to you. Unfortunately, it happens a lot, and you have to learn how to control it.
That's the hardest part.
And deal with
what's
it.
been the hardest part for all of us?
That's it.
Dealing with what other people think about how we are choosing to live life.
Exactly, and that's hard for me.
We have drastically stopped listening to the masses because, as a mass group of people, the vast differences between everybody are fucking astronomical.
Yep.
Every person that has become successful in life got there a completely different way than the next. The people who are truly successful in life are the ones that just keep doing for themselves until they find their way. And you are not going to find your way. You are not going to know what feels good or doesn't feel good if you're constantly looking around thinking this person's doing it right, this person's doing it right, this person's doing it wrong, this person's doing it wrong.
Right.
No, nobody's doing anything right. Nobody's doing anything wrong. They're just doing what they need to do for themselves to figure it out. The problem is most people look at other people like, okay, this guy's doing this right because he has success in his life and I want that sort of success. So yes, you can probably learn a little bit from him, but the way he's doing it probably isn't going to serve you.
Yeah,
so it's up to you to just do and figure out what's going to get you to that goal.
Right, because what works for you doesn't work for me.
Exactly.
And what works for, well, not always.
Not always. There might be one or two
what works for me
things,
doesn't always
but
work for Sean, and vice versa for everyone. So what
gotta
you're
put
doing,
your
I can't
twist on
do
it.
exactly the way you're doing it, and then get mad because I can't because it
But
doesn't
that's what
work for me.
people
But you have to
expect.
go through that. And when that happens, don't get mad. Understand, hey, this doesn't work for me. Let's change it and figure out something that works for me. But instead, they get upset. They don't want to. Oh, he can do it, and I can't.
He's doing this
He's
so
doing
good,
it.
and look
How
at him,
how
he's
is he
doing it.
doing?
I'm doing
I
it
don't
exactly the
understand.
way
I'm
he's
I'm
doing it,
putting
and
in
I
all the
can't.
work. I'm doing, and it's like sometimes those things don't serve you. Like
A lot of times.
like going to the gym, for me, I haven't stopped going to the gym. I've progressed more. But on top of that, I've been riding my bike every day. I've progressed more in that. So I'm doubling up technically. I'm getting double the cardio.
people don't see it
and
that
people
way.
don't see it that way. Oh, you rode your bike today and you didn't lift. But it's like you do know your body has to rest to heal. Like even
My legs have gotten bigger than they have ever been. My legs look my calves look amazing. My quads are coming in nicely. My hamstrings, my glutes. Like I look at myself naked in the mirror and I'm like, God damn, bro,
what
your legs
the
look good.
fuck
Like
happened?
you got a nice booty. You got some nice cut legs. Like your calves look great. And I'm like, you've been riding your fucking bike. I'm like, you haven't been pushing thousands of pounds of fucking weight in the gym like you thought you had to do for the longest time. No, you're doing what's making you happy, and you didn't even think about the advantages of it building your fucking legs, and now my legs are fucking gorgeous. And I'm like, so, dude, I'm proud of my legs right now. I'm like, I haven't pushed weight legs in over a month, and it's always been like so hard for me to grow my legs. I've been riding my fucking bike and they're getting fucking exactly where I wanted them to be. So my process was completely different from the other guy. The guy, Sean, goes in the gym and he kills legs and it works for him.
Exactly.
I ride my bike and my
works
legs
for
get bigger.
Yeah. And
And for
for me,
it's 3
it's both.
years, well, I do a little bit of both. But for me, for 3 years, I tried to do it exactly the way Sean was doing it, and I was questioning why the fuck it wasn't working for me. This works so well for him. Why isn't it working for me? Because
Right.
I'm different, motherfucker.
Exactly. Maybe
And
you
I
need a little
realize
more
it.
cardio than he does. He doesn't
That's
need that
just the
much
way
cardio.
my
You know what I
body-
mean? It's just
I'm
how
so
you
long,
work.
I need
Just
blood
how
flow.
you
Like,
work.
it's crazy.
And also, I just want to say, it also comes down to what is your why?
Yeah.
What is your personal successful? Because success is a personal, like it's not measured on what everything you have and everything.
Success is you.
It's you, how you feel successful. So what is your why? Follow your true intentions on being yourself and watch that flourish to the fullest extent.
Yeah.
And that's what you just touched on about the life thing is what we were talking about. I wanted to go deeper in is the fact that I don't know about you guys, but clearly you just kind of stated it. But when we first started this journey, when we were doing certain things like reading this certain book or doing a certain technique or whatever, and someone was really doing well with this works. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know about you guys, but I felt pressured. Like, fuck, dude, they're doing this works
In the beginning,
and
yeah.
I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, you gotta do what they're doing. You gotta do what they're doing. Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? Why are they progressing? And And I think that's why we've kind of started going our own way. Like, we haven't been around each other as much because we all started doing our own things, because I think we all at the same time realized, like,
how important
it is that, like, I can watch you progress in something like biking. I can watch you progress in something like biking and be pumped for you guys, but that doesn't mean I need to focus on biking. I need to focus on what makes me happy at this time and what I want to take further. But I could use you guys as motivation and as, like, almost mentors, because I see you doing something a certain way. I just got to take what from it I can to put it into my focus. So, like, you guys taking the time, the passion, all that stuff, the drive to make sure you get on your bikes because you're passionate about it. Okay, I need to set the time aside right now to do what I need to do that makes me happy and get me further where I want to get. So for me right now, like I said, it's the car. So, like, on the weekends, instead of doing some certain things, like I stopped lifting on the weekends because you said something about, like, yeah, I think I'm just going to lift 3 days a week. I'm like, fuck, dude, that's a good idea, because right now lifting the weekends kills me, because I fucking
you want to get shit done with other people and do some other shit. Yeah,
so I either have to fucking lift mad early in the morning so I have time here, or I have to cut shit off because I gotta lift at night, and it just always fucks me.
It just doesn't
And I was
work.
just like, bro, like, why do you fucking care right now? You're not a bodybuilder anymore. Like, yeah, I still train shit, but I'm not trying to compete in the next fucking 4 years. So, like,
but you're still making progress
towards
it.
I just gotta realize, like, okay, you don't need to be the kid you used to be in the gym right now, because right now that's not your goal. So just change them.
Exactly.
You can still progress slowly. You can still work on looking fucking better and better and better. But you're going to take a much slower approach at it because you want to take something else to a different level now.
It might not even be slower.
Oh, yeah, because, bro, once I start...
It could turn into so much more. Because the second your mind's happier, your body's happier. Things start to change. You see it in your physical health. You see it in everything. And the one thing I want to touch on, too, is, like, our three minds, we're in our own mastermind. We have our own mastermind. The way masterminds work properly to the best extent is when all three minds are working in harmony. Minds can only work in harmony when you're pursuing things for yourself that matter most. Now, there was a group of masterminds in the early 1900s, some of the richest men in the world, 5 of them. All 5 of them had completely different goals. They met once a week just to talk about things that made them feel good, practices, things they've been learning, things they've been seeing, just to spread the knowledge around. And out of those 5 guys, they would take a little bit from each guy, whatever that benefited them. And all 5 guys would take away totally different points, totally different things, and apply them to their life, their things. And they would go be themselves, and they would come back, they'd talk, share all their amazing, good, happy, feel-good stories. Then they would go be their feel-good, happy, good self, get more stories, and then following week, bring them back and do the same thing. That's how masterminds work so properly. Your minds have to be in harmony, in like in sync.
Yeah.
So when are feeling harmony within yourself, that's when you're able to co-create with other minds that feel harmony within themselves, and that's when you get the best possible recipe. So by you being focused on you and doing exactly what you need to do, me being focused on me doing exactly what I need to do, James being focused on him doing exactly what he needs to do, when we all three minds apart are in harmony. When we come together, our mastermind is that much stronger.
Yeah.
We're able to get that much more done. We're able to think of concepts so much further. We're able to see so much further, because once we come together and our minds are like, oh, we're back with the people that help us the most. We're back with real people that are truly have control over their minds and are doing what they want to do. We're then feeding into that same energy, and then we're then able to tap into bigger energy, all three of us together.
Yeah.
So for a while, I thought that we all had to be on the same exact thing
And
for that
bro.
to happen properly. That is completely wrong. Completely wrong.
And dude, I think that's all what we thought. And you can,
We did.
and it's kind of crazy because, like, as we're talking about this, it's like making me realize, like, when we have our most stressful, like, we're not on the same page, like, we're kind of going at each other's throats type shit in our business, we're all trying to be on the same page.
And it doesn't work.
It doesn't work because...
Dude, I was thinking about that shit the other day because it was the book that put me onto this way of thinking. I'm like, dude, you've been thinking about it wrong the whole time.
Yeah.
You've been thinking the whole team. Like, if you're thinking about the website, Sean has to be thinking about the website. James has to be thinking about the website. If you're thinking about fucking... this stage of the fucking design process, they got to be thinking about this exact stage of the design process, because if three minds are thinking about the same exact thing, they're going to be amazing results.
There's more fucking power. Like,
no. Just have your mind in perfect harmony, in sync.
If we're in harmony, we can get instead of just focusing on one thing. Like, if we're all in harmony, we're all feeling fucking good. Our minds are on fire,
and they're just flowing.
You could all of a sudden get these crazy ideas because your focus is on the website.
So that's where your shit that I need to figure out.
But then all of a sudden, James could have something that might be a clothing
that he's been
design.
focused on.
Yeah,
and then you same thing.
And then all of a sudden, instead of just focusing on website and getting one thing done, all of a sudden we got 3 things done.
And it was like, holy shit.
And it was
I
easy.
thought we all had to be focused on this one thing to make it beautiful and amazing and be on. No, motherfucker. Our minds are now connected. So they're that powerful that we can think about anything we want to think about and figure them out. Because when our minds are connected, the things that you've been thinking about, the problem that you've been trying to solve, you are now tapped into my mind. I may have the answer on it, but I'm not thinking about it the way you're thinking about it. But because we are now in harmony, you're able to tap into my mind because we're connected, we're thinking similar in the same sense, and we're together talking concepts, and then bang, something in my mind pings. You say it out loud, and then I'm like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah, and you're like, what the fuck? How you've known this the whole time? You can think like that? Like, I've been trying to solve this shit for 2 weeks. What the fuck, bro? Like, why didn't you tell me this sooner? Motherfucker, you never asked that way. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, and we've done that before, where James will be like explaining something, and I'm like, James, da 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 da, and he's like mind-blowing. He's like, what the fuck? Like, dude, I've been thinking about this shit for 3 months. I say 2 fucking words to you, and you just fucking solved all my problems. And I'm like, you do that shit to me for me all the time. I'll come to James, and I'll be like, James, I have fucking this, that, and the other. And he's like, bro, this, da 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 da. And I'm like, it's that simple. And he's like, yeah. Why are you complicating it? I'm like, dude, I don't know, because I'm in my head right now. Thank you. All right, bye. It's that simple, though. It's really crazy.
It really is. It's just been cool to literally see us the past 2 weeks.
Get stronger. Learning.
Our flows just kind of changed because we've all literally realized at the same time that, all right, we got to do what makes us happy, and we just fucking support each other. Like, do your shit. Like, I'm pumped to see you guys do your shit. And then when we come together, it's just that much better. And this is like, it's cool too, because we always say that this is almost like a therapy session, but it's because we're together and we're bringing our own positive energy and thoughts together, and all of a sudden the energy that radiates here like resets us for the next week to like bust shit out.
Bro, it does.
Yeah. And like, dude, I'm about, like, this topic was fucking amazing. I'm about to take a lot of shit into this week, because one thing that I've battled with a lot is always overthinking shit, whether it be me just overthinking that I can't do something because someone said this, or like allowing someone's one sentence to affect me to make me believe I can't do something. And also, like,
literally
worrying about, one sentence is all it takes. One thought is all it takes.
How crazy is that?
Even like for me, a lot of shit that I love to do, I focus on more of the fact of what people will think. Like, oh, I got to post this, and I'm more focused on posting and like showing people what I'm doing, instead of just being like, all right, let me do it, and if I want to post, I'll post. And like, that affects my thought process to the point where I'm not even enjoying the thing I'm doing that I enjoy to do, because I'm more focused on like showing people and like making like hoping that they take something away from it, instead of just being natural about it and like just doing
if they get it, they get it.
Yeah.
If they see your light, they see your light.
Exactly.
If they don't see your light, they weren't meant to see your light.
And like you two, I've been seeing you guys do it. Like, James has been doing fucking crazy ass tricks on his bike. You've been fucking wheeling and shit, and you're talking about this whole story about when you went. I'm like, bro, this is so true. Like, fuck what other people think. Just fucking do you, be you, and the people you need to inspire, the people you need to affect will come in that time. But you cannot do that if you're focused on making the impact, or you're focused on what this person thinks about what you're doing, whether you're trying to do it to like kind of impress somebody, show off, or whether you're trying to be like not as confident because you don't want to come off cocky. Like, fuck all that shit. Just be you.
And that's what makes it so hard, because you're gonna get those comments. You're a fucking cocky piece of shit motherfucker. You gotta. No, I just kind of love myself.
Yeah, I love myself. I love what I do, and no one's opinion is gonna make me fucking like be like, oh, I should be less energetic or less of me. Like, nah, like I don't care what you think, what you have to say. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Go over there. Like,
yeah,
like it's all good. Like,
you don't want to be a part of this, you don't enjoy this, you don't like this, okay,
it's all good.
That's
and
fine.
For me, that is super important because I have friends that I've grown up with. Like, I've been shooting for 5 years now. I've been following artists trying to make a living for 6 years now, coming out of high school, college, making music, not knowing what's going on, and they're still to this day trying to figure out where they're, but that their belief, their end goal, like they know what it is, and they put faith in it, and they never stopped, and they may haven't gotten there yet, but like 6 years is a short period of time. People think it's gonna like happen in 6 months to a year, because things can change in a year, but your life isn't gonna be what it's supposed to be in a year or in 6 years. Like, you have to,
your life will never be what it's supposed to be, because you're consistently looking for more.
Right. Well, but you know what I mean? Like, you have a goal, you reach that goal, then you look for more. But what I'm saying is, if you're concentrating on what everyone else is talking about and you're not actually putting in the work, and you don't have the faith to get to that point, that 6 years on where he's gone from now, those 6 years could have happened in 12 years.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, it's so just keep the faith, because like no matter what, they're gonna believe in what they're doing, and they're about to make it. Like, when I say make it, I don't mean like, oh, they're gonna like, they're about to make it like, and they're my friends who I've had faith in, and I've stuck with, and I believed in, and I've always told them, pursue what you want to do and fuck everybody else. And I know people have been like, how come these people haven't made it before, or what are they doing? Like, I've heard it around the thing, and it's like, you know what, like, you think how you want to think, but I know like what they're doing, and I know their successes, and when you say shit like that, I just laugh, because I know what they're doing and where they're going, and it's not even
and
me.
You saw how much they've gotten done in 6 years.
Exactly.
People don't fucking credit you for that 6 years of fucking grinding. They only know you from that first look. You may grind for 10 fucking years, but then that first year that you pop off, people are only gonna remember that first fucking year.
Exactly.
They didn't see you, they didn't know you those entire 10 years you've been fucking grinding. So you know how far you've come. So now they're watching you, and let's say in the course of a year, from you popping off from the second you pop off to the end of that first year of you popping off, a year later, you did a lot, but not as much as people expected you to do. Now people are saying stupid comments like, oh, look, he only did this, this, and this, and this. And you're believing the bullshit that they're saying about you in the past year, when they didn't see the amount of fucking time that you put in for the past 10 years to even get yourself there.
Fact.
So
And
fuck you. Fuck their thoughts.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck
Because
all that, and just keep moving forward, bro.
Because
That's it.
the other end of it is, when they do see what you're doing, they're just haters, because like, oh well, fucking finally, like, it took them long. Like, that's the other side of it.
Okay,
and it's
now
like,
they follow
you're
you
a
for another 10
fucking
years.
asshole.
Yeah.
Like, you're a fucking asshole. You don't even deserve to
You
know
don't
that
know
person,
me.
because
You
it's
don't
like,
know me.
it's like, all right, you ask why hasn't he made it in fucking 6 years, and then on the 7th year he makes it. He's like, well, he shouldn't. It took him long enough. Like, he should have been made
It's
already.
always
It's like,
something.
it's never good enough.
Yep,
like,
it's
you know,
never-
it's like,
exactly.
it's like,
motherfucker,
yeah,
fuck you.
bro. Fuck
you.
you.
But that's
he
the
put in the
shit.
work. You're not even giving him credit for the work he put in. Like, oh yeah, he should have just made it by now. Like, you don't even know what you're talking
But
about.
the same person that's saying that behind your back or to your face is the same person that's posting online, keep doing you, keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, it's, dude, funny as fuck. There's one time I had fucking, I didn't hear it personally, but somebody said something that when I was big into bodybuilding, one kid, I guess was like, someone was say, like, I used to get compliments. People used to talk about like my work ethic in the gym since I started this shit. And there's one kid that for some reason never liked me. I have no idea why, but either way,
jealousy.
Yeah, either way, somehow someone said something to me. I think it was actually my boy that told me about it, because he was friends with the kid at the time. But he's like, yeah, dude, he's like, this kid the other day was saying like, yo, if Sean, because people were saying something about me working hard in the gym. He's like, yo, this kid worked so hard, he would be pro already. And I'm just like, when he said that, I'm like, dude, I've only been doing this for 2 years. I'm already nationally qualified every single fucking year. I was like, it takes time. Like, just because I work hard now, it might take me fucking 8 years of killing myself to get to that point.
Expect it to take 8
Yeah.
years.
Bro, some people, it took 10 years to go pro.
Yeah, dude, it take fucking
15 years
Yeah.
to go
As long as
pro.
it fucking
And this fucking
takes.
kid's talking shit. He's more worried about you not going pro in fucking 2 years. Oh, well, Sean works hard. He should be pro. Who the fuck
Yeah,
are you?
easily trying to diminish
Who
you.
the fuck are you?
Yeah, it's like, what about
Why are
you,
you pro?
Yeah,
then?
exactly.
Why are you pro?
motherfucker?
What
and
does
it's just, bro, it's just crazy because you're like, okay, so if it took me 8 years, that just means I had to work my fucking ass off for 8 years. So really, that's even crazier than me popping off in 1 year because I had to put in fucking time. I had to battle some shit to get to that far.
Yeah.
But it's just funny like that we're on that topic and that came to mind. It's just like, dude, some people's perspective on things is crazy. Like, nothing worth having comes easy or quick. And what I was gonna say,
And
which,
if it did, you wouldn't fucking
you would,
appreciate
dude, if
it.
it came easy, fucking. You
wouldn't.
wouldn't appreciate it. You'd be like, all right, what's next? What's the next? And you just wouldn't even think about your success you just had.
Think about it. The people who are, for some reason, this popped into my mind about building cars. The kids who build cars in a matter of a month pop off with it. It's lit. They get a lot of love for it.
And they want to change it.
Then the cars are either on V2, V3, V4 of the build, and it's completely different, or they sold it and they're on to the next one in less than a year. So
It doesn't.
you'll
have any
never
meaning to
appreciate
them.
it. Now
Yeah.
look at a car like mine. My Challenger's been with me for 10 fucking years. It's taken me 10 years to perfect this thing, and it's nowhere near perfect.
And
but
dude-
every single stage that it's drivable again and it's on the street, not only do I fucking love it more than anything in this fucking world because I know how far it's come, and nobody knows that. A lot of people just started following me for the recent
I was gonna
Camera
say.
Gang build, and they see it for what it is, and they think this car just happened like that overnight, like
Yeah.
most things do. No, I've been building this car for fucking 10 years. When I posted that post, like, this will be
The
year
original
10
car?
with the car, and then me sitting next to it and how high it was. Hella people that didn't know me back then or know anything back then or just recently followed me, like, replied to that post in my DMs and were like, bro, you've had this car for that long? Like, you've really been fucking doing shit like that? And I'm like, yeah, bro.
I didn't buy this
I'm
car
like,
last
this is my,
year,
This is
like,
my
yeah.
baby, bro. Like, I've been through a ton of shit with
Yeah.
this. This car has so many stories, has so many memories, has so much love. Fucking, I've fucked shit up. I've fucking crashed it. I've ripped bumpers off doing 160 on the highway. I've fucking done dumb shit, like crazy fun shit. Like this car's drifted. This car's drag raced. This car's been slammed. This car's been fucking like dude, like it just does everything, and it's so much fucking fun. And like they were like, dude, that's just so awesome to see that you're like that devoted and that into it and that dedicated to it, and you love it
it's a
that
lifestyle,
much.
dude. You're
And
not
he was
doing
like,
it.
they're like, now I see why I'm so attracted to it now, because it means that much more to you that you're at this stage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I fucking really appreciate that, because yeah, that's truth. That's my facts. Like that's why.
And bro, think you're 10 years deep, but when did you really start popping off with that car? That car became like fucking famous
Last year,
last year, a year ago.
when
But
I
you've
did the
owned it for
Camera
10
Gang
years
shit,
and
yeah.
you've been doing shit with it, but all of a sudden you just love that car and you just thought, dude, like you didn't even want
And
to do
that
that.
vision was in my head from the second I got that
But
car.
like your original plan for these wheels was it not to just wide body the car and you're like, fuck it, I don't want to spend this much money
I
on
was
wide
thinking
body.
about wide bodying it, but it was just something about this stage of the build. Like I
But this was
ordered
like
these
this-
wheels for
yeah.
wide body spec,
That's what I
and then I
mean.
was like, I'm gonna be a fucking sick motherfucker,
Literally, when you-
and be the first cambered
Yeah.
fucking Challenger in the world.
And when you first told me, you're like, oh, dude, this isn't a forever setup. Like, I want these wheels for wide body, but I'm going to do this now because I don't want to wide body
And
and
it
cut the
led
car
to
up. And now it led to this.
Completely different storyline. That's just the way.
And that's
it
the
happens.
fucking funny part is you just literally nailed it on the head of what we're talking about is that you've owned this car forever. You've been doing shit with this car forever, but till now it didn't pop off. So 10 years in the making of you just loving the shit and doing you and
And
having fun
being
with it.
myself is
Yeah.
inspiring others now. Every
Exactly.
time I talk, like, when people talk about me, to me about my car, like, I just start oozing
Dude,
with
you get
fucking
fucking- you're
goodness.
cheesing hard,
and
you're,
do it,
like,
and
smiling, laughing.
and everybody feels it. Everybody loves it. That's why the energy there. That's why the attraction's there. That's why when I pop off and show up at shows, like, fucking people flock the car and shit, because it's my energy that's
Yeah.
attracting that, because I truly love this. This is me. This is what I truly want in my life, and I don't give a fuck what people think, because I get hate all the time for that. You're a fucking idiot. Who would ever do this to that kind
Yeah,
of car?
fuck
You're
you.
a fucking scumbag for cambering this shit. Camber's dumb. Why would you ever be that low? This car's not drivable. Bro, I drive this car harder and faster than you do your fucking stock fucking M4.
Yeah.
I can guarantee it. I can fucking guarantee it.
Yeah.
I'll swerve streets harder than you. I'll swerve traffic harder than you. I'll go over fucking speed bumps faster than you. And I'm on the fucking ground. So fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm being me. I love that. I'm laughing every second. When people are in my car, they're like, dude, you're a madman. Like, even you guys saw it when you guys first started driving to that thing.
Bro, our first time like in it, there's 3 of us packed in that shit just grinding the whole way.
And I was just fucking bobbing. And you're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just doing
we
me.
like nailed the speed bump, like you're like, no, we gotta send it because we're gonna get stuck. And he just loves it, dude.
It's sick. But yeah, truly inspiring others takes you being true to yourself.
You can't do it if you're not being real with yourself. You simply cannot fucking fake it, because people, whether they pick up on it or not, like whether they consciously are like, yo, dude, this dude's being fake, they might believe you, but they're not gonna feel that energy from you because you're not.
And then
being
they're not
yourself.
gonna benefit from you.
Exactly. Your words don't mean shit to them because they're not getting that connection. They're not getting like almost that.
They're like, the words are there, but the feeling, the energy.
Well, dude, check it out. You're reading this book, right? I don't
Yeah.
know how deep you are in it yet, but when they're talking about the mastermind, they start talking about like motivational speakers and shit, and they say like a good leader, a motivational speaker, they're key to doing what they do and getting people to listen to
Connected?
them is because they get other people in the same harmony
Yeah.
as them.
Bingo.
Whether the
Right
people
there.
whether the people realize it or not, they're making everyone else's minds, energy
because
level.
they're
all
in
that.
harmony, they're able to connect with other minds that are in harmony
Because
with themselves. When other minds are in harmony with themselves, and then the speaker's in harmony with himself, that's when the connection happens, and that's when the bigger mastermind is assembled, because that's all truly motivational speaking or inspirational speaking is. It's a man on stage who understands who he is and why he does what he does and why he loves it so much, or a woman on stage, same difference. And then it's a crowd of people who want to be able to connect to his mind.
Yeah, they want to understand
things
how he did it,
and
what he
hear
did.
things and feel things the way he does, so that they can be successful like him. He understands that his exact thinking isn't necessarily what's going to benefit them, but just the fact that if he's in harmony and they're willing to be in harmony and are open-minded enough to connect to his mind being in harmony, then they'll be able to find the answers they need for themselves, which creates a total harmony and then a bigger mastermind, and then it just feeds off of each other.
And dude, that's simply not possible if you're not being real with yourself, or you're trying to fake it.
Because you're not in harmony.
Because you're
not in
energy,
harmony.
Energy speaks no matter how you look at it. You feed off energy whether you realize it or not.
That's
so
all
you
this
will
world
feel
is.
It.
Yeah.
Like you might not be like, oh, this dude's being like I said, you might not think this dude's being fake or not real or not passionate about whatever. He might be speaking in a passionate manner like he is and he loves this shit, but if he truly doesn't, you won't get that connection. You won't get those goosebumps when you're having that conversation. Like right now, I feel like goosebumps because we're fucking in harmony. We're talking about good topics and shit like that, and we're having these ideas. Like I can feel it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get that if the person's being fake.
Never. You can feel it. It's that simple. You can feel energy, and you
like,
know that.
Everyone has these experiences where they don't know what's like. They're talking to somebody, or maybe they're at a motivational event or something, a motivational speech, and they start off just being like feeling their normal selves, like okay, like I'm excited to see what's going on, whatever. You don't know what's gonna come of it, and all of a sudden there's a change in the way you feel. Like all of a sudden it's like a light just flicked on, where all of a sudden you start feeling it. And you're just like, why do I feel like goosebumps?
And
why
then
do
all
I
of
feel
a sudden
so
you
good?
start connecting.
Then all of a sudden ideas are flowing. What he says all of a sudden registers with you, and you have this crazy idea how what he said about what he's doing you can use for what you want to
solve
do.
your problem.
But that's that switch. When you feel that's because that guy was able to get you in harmony with what.
That's because you were open-minded enough to not take everything he said so literally. Just connect to his energy to get the answers that he's able to tap in and get for himself. And if your minds are connected, then you'll be able to tap into whatever source of energy he's tapping into, and good source of energy to bring good into your life. And that's the point.
And it's so important for you to be open-minded, because if you're
Without
not,
you're never going to connect.
Even if that dude is super passionate about shit, but you're not open-minded, you're trying to critique every little thing he says, like, oh, that's not right, that can't work, whatever. If you're looking for an excuse not to believe him, you will never feel that connection. So you yourself is just important as that person being real. You yourself have to be open-minded. Every time I try to give somebody advice about like law of attraction shit we've read, I'm like, listen, some of this shit will sound crazy, but I was like, I can promise you my life is completely different because of this. I've seen it work in action, but you need to view this. Like, this dude sounds like he's fucking just going off the moon with stuff. But I'm like, let me tell you, like, if you have an open mind and try it, like, you're going to put the time in anyway, so fucking just believe in it.
Answers.
You will, I was like, it will make the biggest difference.
You will find your answers.
I was like, if you're going in there and you don't believe what he's saying, you're not open-minded, you're not going to get shit from it. You're
and he may be in perfect harmony and be ready for you to connect with him, but if you don't do your part of the job, it's not going to happen. So you could have a mastermind set up where you're doing your job in the mastermind, you're doing your work, you're in harmony with yourself and your mind and your life, but the other people aren't. You're not going to be able to tap into anything more. And it's just a course of how all this works, and it's a course of understanding further and gaining knowledge, and then not only gaining it, applying it and trying it. So you're going to get things, bits and pieces of knowledge, but then it's up to you to apply it here, in this way, in that way, in that way. And then all of a sudden, like, the one method and the one bit of information that you got is going to click, and then you'll be able to use it for yourself, and then you can try to teach other people, but don't be upset when it doesn't work exactly like it works for you, for them, and make sure that they know. Don't be upset when it doesn't work exactly like you want it to work for them, or like they think it should work. Just tell them to stay open-minded and just use it as a form of something that's going to broaden their perception and their thought processing, and that's it. And then find your answers. It's up to you to find your answers. It's up to you to stay open-minded, and you to question yourself every single day, all day, and ask yourself, what am I doing wrong that's not getting my life to where I want it to be? It's that simple. It's that simple. And it's a beautiful thing. So we'll end it there. I think that was a good one. Fun topic. Inspire others by being yourself. But do the fucking work you need to do to find yourself and figure out who the fuck you are. Don't go out there like every other fucking joker in this world who thinks they know who they are because they say, fuck this, I am who I am. And they don't even know any of their fucking whys. But then they try to inspire other people by being a shitty fucking person. That is no bueno. That is why society is suffering right now. It is time for us to take accountability for our own lives and figure out how to be our best selves, and that's how we make society thrive, one person at a time. That's all you're in control of. Do your work, stay on your fucking goals, stay on your fucking tasks, figure out what your fucking life's mission is, and fucking run with it. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. You know where to find us. Instagram, Facebook, email. It's all in the fucking bio. Hit us up, ask us questions, give us a fucking DM, give us a fucking call. I'll give out my phone number. I'll fucking talk to you on the phone if I'm not busy. But thank you. We love you.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions. They blocking your vision, but no, you can't listen. That shit is all fiction, cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming.